Welcome to Cyber Esprosa Podcast, your quick shot of cybersecurity insights with industry leaders. I welcome today's guest, Luca Tagliaretti, Executive Director at European Cybersecurity Competence Centre. Luca, good morning to you. Welcome to our podcast.
Good morning, and since it's a Cyber Espresso, I brought my own coffee to have a chat with you today. Good morning.
Perfect. Look, I will start our conversation with this question. Cybersecurity is often framed around protection and defense. But how can security leaders shift from this reactive risk management and turn cybersecurity into a source of competitive advantage?
But that's actually a great question, and is a question which I think the regulation, especially if I'm looking at CRA, and needs to really force the shift of our mentality, because in order to be competitive, in order to make sure that your product can be sold on more market, but also that your processes are safer and that you are not facing data loss or cyber attacks, which will impede your operation and make your work more expensive. It's the apply some other regulation again against CRA, and is to give you a competitive edge compared with other company in the same sector or company in a different jurisdiction, so outside of Europe. So it's important for the CEO, and I think this is what we have seen. I've seen statistics from 2024 on how the topic of cybersecurity more and more shifting from a technical activity to a more strategic activity. So I think this shift is happening. The regulation forces us to reflect on that, and we need to embrace it, because that's the way they make us more competitive and more secure. Data breach are very expensive, more
Yes.
expensive than creating the condition for your process to be safe.
Perfect. So, in the recent event organized by the World Economic Forum, one of the topics was cyber inequity.
Yeah.
Can you explain what cyber inequity means and why it poses such a critical risk and
Yeah.
challenge for small and mid-sized enterprises?
Yeah, we took part of the seminar, by the way, at the World Economic Forum. Very interesting. It was a very diverse forum with participants from different sectors, but I think it was interesting to see from different parts of the world, which have different challenges. The There are different level of inequity as come out from this work. One is up to do with one has to do with the size. You reflect on the SME, and definitely there is a different way, a different challenge that SME have to face when it comes to being secure from a cyber attacks. Funding is one, ability to attract the right personnel, the right skill, ability to respond, and sometimes for SME who are maybe operating in different market is the difficulties to match the different regulation. This
Correct.
has bring a little bit one of the riskier. So how do you ensure that you have the same? You don't have to duplicate your effort on different market. SME obviously face a higher risk. There is also a cultural thing. It's while in big organization, it's easier to switch resources and maybe having the right mentality. This is something that SME need to embrace. So there's not really one fit all solution, but the forum when we discuss some of the possible solutions were around sharing more and more on platform, SME coming together, for example, through association. Um, there's this idea, the big help the small, so how we could have big company or big corporation helping also in this cultural journey, the small and medium enterprise. There is simplification, access to fund, but also there is the possibility and the need maybe sometimes to outsource some of the security activity. I mean, there are professionals who do that, and that's one of the possible solutions. There are other level of inequity we discuss that has to do with different parts of the world where also there are additional challenges of technology and skill. But if we focus on SME, these were the main one. And another element, maybe if I can close on that, the leadership view. So you have often CEO or startup owner who main focus on not on the cybersecurity risk, but on how to make their idea more profitable and sell it. And so that there is also they need to find the right skill and the right person for being able to close the gap.
Yeah, that's very important. So I'm sure there are a lot of priorities, a lot of projects undertaken by the European Cybersecurity Competence Centre. But can you please tell us more about the cybersecurity work program?
Yeah, that's we're very, very happy to do that. Our mandate is basically at three level. We have to support research of
Mhm.
European company on cyber. We have to make our company more competitive, and also we need to help the digital market, the European common digital market, to become more resilient. So our program as a work program is built around these three large
Mhm.
objective. For the next 3 years, we have now it's going to be 360 million because there's some changes, but originally was 390 million, and on 3 years, 3 years somehow work, and we focus on supporting initially or mainly with the biggest funds AI and quantum transition to the
Mhm.
quantum world, and also AI tool for SMEs and also for government.
Okay.
We have another big area of research and implementation on hospitals and the resilience of the health sector. Very critical for Europe, 30 million to map the gap and also support the creation of a SOC dedicated for that. There will be something on undersea cable monitoring from cyber attacks. And then there will be something more on support to the implementation of the regulation.
Mhm.
CRA, DORA needs to,
Correct.
and this is why, as I say, it's a bit of a mix. On one side, we need to ensure that our economy and the small and medium enterprise have the funding and the technology and the know-how and the connection to be prepared. On the other side, we also need to contribute to large EU project, the so-called Cyber Shield, which is a
Mhm.
network of SOCs, but also now we're about to launch a tender for a European testing platform for quantum algorithm. So that's a bit of how we need to divide our attention between the European large-scale project, but also support to implementation. 40% of the funds so far went on SME, and really CRA needs to a big priority in our funding.
Okay, perfect. Well, I appreciate your insights, Luca. I see you finish your coffee. I will wrap up this
Coffee
episode.
usual espresso, we short.
I look forward to talking with you, working with you in other occasions, but I
Thank you.
truly appreciate your availability and your
Yeah,
time.
the same from me. Thanks a lot, and thanks for having me. And have a good day to all your podcast listener.
Perfect. Thanks, Luca. Ciao.